All right, guys. Well, I'm back today taking a look at the Bear Creek Arsenal BC203, a semi-auto 17 HMR in the standard form of a Ruger 1022 manufactured by Bear Creek Arsenal. I am super excited to get this out to the channel for test and evaluation, especially because I recently went beaver hunting, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in the application portion of this review. But it came to my attention that the world is lacking high-value semi-auto 17 HMRs that actually work, and this one really fits the bill. You'll want to watch the entire video because we're going to discuss reliability, performance, what ammo it likes, as well as accuracy, and an overall just general overview of this firearm. To start off with, again, the model number is the BC203, and it's available in two different configurations, but both of them have the lighter weight profile barrel, threaded barrel, and the differences are going to be in the stock color variation. Let's start at the front, work our way to the back, and then talk about those specs and features. Now, up at the front, you've got a thread pitch of 1/2x28 on the end of this kind of lighter weight profile barrel. Now, it's not a pencil barrel by any means, but BCA did produce a lot of rifles like this with heavier profile barrels, and they decided to go this route, and I don't blame them for hunting applications. And the 17 for me is definitely going to be utilized in hunting applications. On the end, I've got one of the new Ruger dead air cans, and you can take a look at that. It's a low back pressure can, and it works out great. Now, surrounding that barrel system is going to be the Hogue overmold stock, and I absolutely love this for the 1022 style rifle setup. I've got a CV Life bipod mounted up to the sling swivel, and this is a free-floating entire stock setup, so it works out great when it comes to accuracy, but again, we'll touch more on that in the accuracy portion of this review. Now, BCA manufactures the receiver, and this one is their extended right side charging handle version of the bolt carrier, as well as utilizing the BX25 trigger systems. I believe that's what they are utilizing in this particular setup, but the trigger is really nice on here. This also uses factory Ruger rotary mags, which are designed for the 22 WMR and 17 HMR, the BX1 magazines. They are a 9-round capacity, so you've got 9 + 1, and 10 total rounds is pretty good for different hunting and hunting varmint applications, so I really like that about it. It's got the standard Ruger safety, and if you're familiar with a Ruger 1022, then you're already naturally familiar with the battery of arms and overall general characteristics of this particular rifle setup. Now, the cool thing about this one is from the factory, it comes with the pick rail mounted to the top. I threw a CV Life set of rings, and then that is mating up the Monstrum Challenger 5-30, which is an incredible optics option for this particular setup. It's got parallax adjustment all the way down to 25 yards, I believe, maybe even 20. Let's see, yeah, 25 yards. So that's going to be good for close-up varmint application, and it stretches out really far up to infinity for that parallax. So it mates up perfectly with this setup. Now, let's talk about the reliability portion, and then we'll talk about accuracy. Now, right out of the box, the BC201s, which is the 22 long rifle, ran great for me. The BC 202, I believe, which was the 22 mag, did have some issues with the 22 mag, could never get it to run reliably with a lot of ammo, which was a little bit frustrating. So when the 203 came out in 17 HMR, I put a lot of rounds through it, and it worked. It worked great. The only ammo that it didn't love was the CCI VMAX 17 HMR polymer tip. Now, it fed it fine, but I don't think it had enough oomph to cycle the action, and about one round out of every magazine just wouldn't eject all the way. It just didn't have enough power. Now, when I added a can to the end, it started to eject a lot better, but this did present a few little issues. I switched over to the CCI TNT 17 HMR, the hollow point. No issues, 100% function, ran a lot of rounds, way too many because it was too much fun, and this stuff was very accurate out of the rifle setup. And then I also ran some Remington Premier Magnum Rimfire 17 HMR, and this stuff worked really well. If you want the info on that, it's got the AccuTip on there. and this function 100% functional. So when it comes to reliability, this is very reliable. If you find an ammo it likes, it's 100% reliable. So if you are randomly picking an ammo and it doesn't love it, just try another one. For me, most of the ammo I tried, if not all of it, but this single type of ammo worked flawlessly in the setup. It fed great, it functioned great, it ejected great, and you could definitely tell the difference between the VMAX 17 HMR and the TNT 17 HMR when it comes to the ejection pattern. The ejection pattern was much stronger for these two, as well as a few other rounds we used down at the range. Now, I don't have the boxes for those. It was kind of a mixed bag, but everything, again, worked out great. Now, when it comes to accuracy, this thing is a freaking tack driver. I absolutely love the accuracy and performance of this. It's got a 1 in 9 twist with that 16-inch barrel. You are going to be perfectly capable, easily making tight shot groups at 100 yards. I mean, this is going to be a varmint slayer. It was insanely accurate with this Remington stuff, stacking rounds right next to each other at 100 yards. And I was just shooting off a bipod. I mean, a tripod. I wasn't even running off a bipod or bags or anything like that. So I feel like I could tighten up those groups even more. But accuracy-wise, this thing is a freaking tack driver. BCA killed it when it comes to the performance of that barrel. Now, why would you want something like this? And for me, this is a incredibly flat shooting varmint getter. If you've ever went varmint hunting, especially like groundhog or beavers or smaller animals, a lot of times you're going to have to take a shot at a distance. And I've taken shots at a lot of things with 22, and the bullet drop will just kill it. And I mean, not kill it. It'll bomb. It'll fail. That bullet drop will not allow you to hit your target unless you're really accommodating for it. And then even then, if you miss the first shot, by that time, that animal is gone and you kind of wasted your opportunity. Now, we went beaver hunting the other day. We set up on top of a dam at night and we were plinking beavers with a bolt action 17. Now, even sometimes at 100 yards with the beavers moving with their kind of heads sticking up through the lake or the ponds, we did have trouble hitting them on the first shot. So the ability to just keep on target and rack off that second round rather quickly is a game changer. And with the bolt action, you're going to have to ungrip the rifle, manipulate the bolt, and take your second shot. So having something like this is just absolutely key. That night when we were taking out beavers with the 17, a good direct hit would sink them, no problem whatsoever, and you could really stretch out to 100 yards and make some shots with the 17. So having that ability in a semi-auto platform like the BCA 203 is a game changer in my opinion. And did I mention the MSRP of right around 400? That is insane value in my opinion for a semi-auto 17 that actually works, is accurate, very nimble, and very well built in my opinion. For me, if you're looking at the BC20 something lineup, the BC201, the 22 long rifle, is my go-to when it comes to this lineup for 22s. And then my go-to for this lineup for the slightly larger rimfire cartridges is going to be kind of skip over the 22 mag and go straight for the 17 HMR. In my opinion, it's a better cartridge and it's more reliable in general with just the performance of the 17 HMR round in this style rifle. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Would you try this out? Do you guys hunt with 17 HMR? I'm just getting into hunting, and this is a pretty awesome varmint getter. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks to BCA for sending this out to test and evaluate, and thanks to Target Sports USA for the ammo help. Have a good one.